Hey, everybody. Hey, how you doing? I think it is almost lunchtime. We counting those seconds down. I mean, our watches might be on a little bit different time, but only for a few seconds, then boom. Mine just said 12 o'clock. So it's noontime my time. Noontime my time. We are going to take a few minutes, and we're going to reclaim our time. I think we absolutely should. Y'all go ahead and hit the comments and let me know where you guys are listening from. I really want to know. Let me know. Get those comments going. I'm Miss Tanya. I'm right here to kind of guide you through recalibrating this afternoon. That's what we're going to do. We're reclaiming our time. Might be at work, might be having a little stressful day, maybe not. Even if we're having a good day, we can still take a moment to just kind of go within ourselves and kind of recalibrate our nervous system a little bit, recalibrate our mind, have a different thought. Y'all digging it? All right, I see Keep the Faith. Tori's in the building. Coming to us from Darlington, South Carolina. How you doing, Tori? Always good to have Tori in the building. Always supporting. I love it and I appreciate you. All right, here's how we're going to do this thing. We're going to start out. We want to get our minds right. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to take a few breaths together. Do that. And then we'll get right into it. So, how we're going to do this is we are going to take 4 breaths in. We're going to hold it for a few seconds. Then we're going to breathe out at 4. Hold that a few seconds. We're going to repeat that a couple times. We're going to do it together. If you feel like it and you want to take it just a little bit further, you're welcome to put your hands over your heart. Feel your heart, feel where you're at, and take your breaths doing that as well. So here we go. Take a breath in at the count of 4. Hold it a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Let's inhale again to the count of 4. Hold it a few seconds. Let's exhale on 4. Hold that a few seconds. Let's inhale one more time, very intentionally. Let's inhale. Count of 4. Hold it a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. All right. Breathe. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. I hope that just kind of put you in just like a bit more of a relaxing state. It should. And we can always do that. Anytime that we feel that we are in a place that is stressful, things are not going exactly the way we want it to go, or we're about to go into a meeting or have a conversation that may be a little difficult, just take a little moment to yourself. Feel yourself. Relax. That's one thing about it. We all know how to breathe. People have so many different practices that they do to recenter themselves. And I encourage anyone and everyone to take that time to find out what works for you. But one thing that we all can do, we can take a moment to breathe. We know how to breathe. All right. Keep the Faith says feeling very relaxed. That's awesome. Very, very awesome. Be outrageous. Sending thanks. Good to see you in the building. Appreciate you. I want to ask you guys a question because I think it's also important. There's so much always going on. And we're just like inundated with so much news, so much media coming at us from just everywhere, our TVs, the internet, our phones, our tablets, our computers, like everywhere we go, there's just a lot of information in our face. So just being able to come back and reclaim our time, that's a great thing. Lunchtime, well, it could be lunchtime, and right before you go to lunch, take a little moment to breathe. That's what we're doing now. Relax. You want to be able to digest your food properly. And how are you going to do that when you're highly stressed? You're not going to do that well. You're not going to do that well. You may end up with acid reflux. You're wondering why you're not feeling that great after you eat lunch. Could be a little stressful. Take some time. I want to know who might be celebrating a birthday. Who's celebrating a birthday today? Anybody out there celebrating a birthday? It could be you. It could be your mama. It could be your baby. It could be your baby daddy now, but don't let that stress you out, okay? It could be anybody's birthday. Who you want to celebrate? If you know somebody who's celebrating a birthday, go ahead and hit us in a comment with that birthday shout out. We want to do that. We want to celebrate people. We want to celebrate something that is good. You dig it? That's what we got to do. I want to make sure you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Miss Tonya's Tips 101. That's on YouTube. You can find me right here on Facebook at Miss Tonya the Poet. I'm also there on IG and also on TikTok. All of the things, the same things that we're talking about. I'm there, right there with you, right here for you. I got somebody also who's going to join me today. Somebody who's just going to give us an uplift, because that's just what this moment is for. We're going to be here. I told you guys it could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we won't be here we're not going to do your whole lunch break. It won't be over a half hour, and we're definitely not making an hour. That's not the point of it. So I want to welcome her to the stream, Miss Sonyetta Cooper. How you doing?
Doing great, sister. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you joining me here today.
Most definitely. When you reached out to me and decided that we were going to do lunch together, I wouldn't think about doing lunch this time of the day with anybody besides you. You're my sis, and we go way back. So this
I,
is good for me.
I appreciate it, because you know what? Since you went ahead and told that, we may as well just go ahead and tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It was last minute that I asked you.
Oh,
We don't do right all the time, but guess what? You didn't overstress it. You didn't
mm-mm.
overthink it, and here we are.
Here we are, and it's a good thing. We never understand why things happen the way that they do, but when you just go with the flow, you realize that there's not too many things that happen by chance. There's purpose in everything. So my availability was exactly what needed to happen, and I loved the relaxation techniques because when you wake up in the morning and you just kind of command your day and allow your day to manifest. Things like this come up. And then when there's no stress, there's no distractions, there's purpose in it. So I'm excited about this conversation.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I mean, we do go way back. And there's so many people who are now looking into, kind of trying to find themselves. A lot more people are definitely more open to getting mental health therapies. More people are interested in ways of bettering their lifestyle in terms of their diets and their exercise and yoga and meditation. There's just many things that people are doing now. And I got to tell you something. We've been out here for a while, and we have been on a spiritual journey for quite some time. It goes through phases, and people can call it what they want. But the
Mm-hmm.
whole idea is that you've got to find something to bring you back to your center. And wherever people want to go with that, I welcome it. But I also know that there's so much going on that we've got to slow down sometimes. We've got to push that pause button, and so that's really what I wanted to do. So I asked you, I told you this was very, very very simple, and I knew that you were a person who could definitely do this. Just why can't we share some good news sometimes? What do
Right.
you think about that?
Um, there's no time like the present where good news is needed, right? All we have to do is turn on the TV. All we have to do is log on to social media. Doesn't matter which platform it is, you're bound to find some not so good news. Make a phone call or just answer the phone. But sometime during the course of our day, there's probably going to be some not so good news that we come in contact with. But when you're a person that thrives on spreading good news, spreading good vibes, just spreading love, joy, peace, comfort, especially when others are going through, it's not hard to tap into the good news part of it. And the going way back, like even when we were younger, teenage girls, young girls, I always remember us laughing. And so I try to remind people, go back to times when you were happier, um, and it'll overshadow some things, but you've got to tap in. So, like you said, whatever your higher being, power, manifestation, whatever you use to cause you to tap in to a good space, I challenge you to start tapping in. So
Absolutely.
let's spread it, sis.
I got you. We got a someone selling us hello here. All right, how you doing, girl? She's glad that she found us here. We're glad that you found it as well. This is lunchtime. It is. Typically, people want to call noontime lunchtime, but we're reclaiming it. We're reclaiming this. We're reclaiming this, and we're calling it noontime my time. We're taking a moment to reclaim our time. We're taking a moment to recalibrate. If you miss breathing with us, don't worry. Just kind of center yourself and just relax. I wanted to know, um, Sonyetta, if you had a particular, I don't know what you want to do in terms of sharing with us today. If you like to share a quote, something that inspires you, a message particularly that may inspire you, or if you'd like to share a prayer with us, it's your lane wherever you want to go. I'm open for people to express themselves in whatever positive way that they're able to do that.
First, I want to just tell you thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to grace your platform. I know that it is real important right now for those of us that are content creators, and whatever that looks like to us, that we have a voice, right? And then the voice that we have is very critical. That, like people with our friend Miss Tumblers and Designs that found us, you never know when somebody taps in that you can give them exactly what they need, and you didn't realize it, they didn't realize it, but at that moment you were the person to deliver something that everyone needed. And so an inspirational quote that I am just literally living by right now, because of how life is unfolding for myself and my children and my grandchildren. I'm quoting to women who I come in contact with: your start is not your finish, right?
Mm,
And so we think about just the cares of life. When we were young, there were certain things that we loved, we talked about, we thought about what we wanted to be when we grew up. And then, we were little girls, and then we turned up uh, teenage girls, and there were relationships, friendships, your first heartbreak. You may have experienced bullying, you may have experienced things inside your home, outside your home, things that you may have gotten help or gotten, some assistance with, or maybe not. But then you just continue to go. And then, we go into young adulthood, and then we're trying to figure life out, because you're no longer a kid, but you're not really an adult. So you don't have a lot of say so, but you're still figuring it out. And if you've ever been hurt and you never got the healing, and then hurting girls, hurting boys become hurting adults. And
Right.
so we just continue to go through life. But I just like to remind people where you started, you don't have to stay there. Your start is not your finish. So that's what I'm living. I'm writing. I'm promoting. I'm just helping people to know we've got to go back and figure out what caused me to not be where I want to be. And we're going to deal with those things because we really can't heal until we deal with what we've been through.
I love that. I love that. Your start is not your finish. Absolutely. And we can take that. We can take that to right now.
Yeah,
Your start doesn't even have to be your right now.
right,
You know? It
right.
doesn't.
Miss Tanya,
And
you have a call on
somebody
line one.
calling me, y'all got to
Miss Tanya?
forgive that. But that's how it really happens. It's like we get stuck into things that have happened to us. And I mean, we can't tell anyone else to feel. We can only feel what we are absolutely feeling.
Right,
But in knowing or in hearing a message that just is very, very simple. Your
right.
start is not your finish. And I know there's something I'm probably gonna mess it up a little bit, but it kind of means this. I've often heard people say, I don't look like what I've been through.
Yes, that's
You know what
it.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's it. And the when we're in the midst of it, right? That's when it's hardest to realize that something's got to give. And so, just having simple conversations with people who you trust, right?
Hmm.
That's really important. Who's around you when you're going through specific things in life, and so your tribe. Your circle of influence, the people who we need at least one person that we can truly trust our heart with. And that's
Yes.
not an easy thing, but when we go through life carrying the hurt, then that's a burden on us, and we oftentimes keep ourselves stagnant from growing because we don't want to open up to receive these new friendships and relationships. And there's actually some good people out here in the world that
Yeah,
want to be a part of your next, but it starts in the mind. And so that mindset reset, that mindset shift, that mindset makeover is what's
I
going to
agree.
have a lot to do with us being able to get to that next. It's that start, we can't stay stuck in the start.
Right.
What about my finish? Let's talk about that mindset.
Yeah, and you know what too? Um, you say that there's a lot of good people out here, and yes, there really is. To me, I feel like there's more good people out here than what we're giving credit to, because of course we know that mainstream media is definitely not in the business of broadcasting good things or our good news, and so all of the things that are happening that are just not good in the community, that's out here first. That's being pushed very, very heavy. But when we're out here, and just like you said, there's a lot of good people out here. Um, and you can find someone to talk to professionally, and it may not everybody. We got to be honest about this too.
Mhm.
Because I'm not trying to make this about a therapy session. This is definitely not that. I'm not in the business of that. I don't want to give that false indication. But I am a person who feels like conversation is very important. It's important that we talk, and you mentioned that.
Right.
And there's people out here that you can talk to, and it may not be family. Because to be honest, some of the things that you want to talk about might have to do with family. So it won't be the persons to talk about it with in some cases.
Right. You're absolutely right. And gosh, sometimes even just talking to a stranger, like if you go out for coffee, take yourself out. If you find yourself, whether you're at home or you're at your job, or whatever it is that or place that you find yourself, that when I get to this place, I just can't shake this feeling. Sometimes you just have to get up and go into a different environment.
Right.
That doesn't mean you've got to travel, get on a plane and go anywhere. It could very well be that, like, I'm sitting at my desk in my office right now, and I can look out through this glass door. And if I just walk out into my backyard and just walk around in the yard for a little while, the leaves are on the ground, the trees, they're blooming right now. There's beauty just in my backyard, right?
Right.
Or if I get in my car and I just drive a little further down the road and maybe go into a neighborhood that I've never been in before, and you just start discovering there's beauty all around us. And there's some things that we look at, listen to, that causes heaviness. We learned when we were kids, you are what you eat. And it's no
Yes.
different as an adult. So whatever we're taking in is what we're going to be, pouring out, or what's going to come out of us. So it's literally, it's not about therapy. It's about life. You've got to
Yes.
change your environment. What do I want to have? I can sit and complain all day, but whatever comes out of our mouth is what we're speaking into existence, right? So
Absolutely.
if I want something different, I'm going to have to first perceive it. And then if we get into faith, because I am a faith-based woman, my Bible tells me that faith is the substance of what we hope for. And then it's also evidence. So how can something that I don't have be substance and evidence? Well, it starts with your beliefs. So if I believe it long enough and I can perceive it, eventually I'll be able to see it. So we
Yes.
just start to change our mind. What do we want it to look like? Let's start thinking about it. Let's start speaking it, and let's start acquiring all good stuff, because that's what we deserve.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to get somebody in here who's celebrating a birthday, or has somebody that they want to tell happy birthday to now. There has to be somebody watching. So I tell you what, since nobody knows anybody today, I'm going to start it off. I'm going to send a happy birthday wish out to Clifford Smith Jr., born March 2nd, 1971. Clifford Smith Jr. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And for you who don't know who that is METHOD man. METHOD
Yes.
man. It's Method Man birthday, ladies.
Listen, that makes me smile.
You understand me? I just felt like some endorphins and everything.
Yes,
Just
you
kind of.
probably felt mine exuding through the stream yard.
Now that just made me feel a little good. Now, if that didn't make you feel good, listen. Come on. I
Listen,
know that put a smile on your face. It
I,
had to.
I
It
see our
had to.
sister Sue Ham is here. She has a birthday coming up on March the
What?
30th.
Okay. Well, we need to we definitely need to make sure that we are celebrating all of our people. March is a great month.
Definitely is. March is exactly what it is. We've gone through January, gone through February. Like, where have those 2 months gone? Well, literally,
Yes.
we're in the first quarter. So, what are we planning on doing? March is when you better start picking up your feet and start marching. And
Come
if you
on.
didn't get it done in January and February, you better be working on it, because we don't want the first quarter to catch us without doing what we need to do to set ourselves up for the second quarter.
Yes. So on March 30th, we got to make sure that everybody send out some good birthday vibrations to Solandia Hammond, better known as Sue Ham Baby. You
Yes,
know we love you. You know
definitely
we
love
do.
you.
Birthday vibrations, that's good. And I tell you what, March is also we're celebrating women history in March.
Yes, ma'am.
So we've got some great women to we've always got wonderful women that we can celebrate, and we've got a full month of being able to do that. I'll be doing a lot of that this month as well. Definitely. I hear Sue, she said like love.
Yes.
Somebody is really trying to get in touch with me. Miss Sonia, I'm gonna let you give us a closing prayer if you'd like to,
Okay.
or whatever you feel, a closing message for the moment. And I am going to take this telephone call because they're calling back. All
Okay.
right?
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, once again, I would like to just thank my sister, Tanya, the poet, Miss Tanya. Um, we've been knowing each other for a very long time, and I am so grateful to be a part of her community and for her to be a part of mine. But with a closing message that I want to leave with you, we were talking about the importance of us really shifting our mindset to realize that our start is not our finish. Wherever we started, whatever cares of life came, whatever trials came, whoever people were that were in our lives that may have caused us hurt, harm, or different things, we've got to come for those feelings that I talk about that help us or hurt us, and we deal with blame, shame, guilt, and regret consistently. And if we don't come for those things that could keep us stagnant, it'll keep us stuck. But I'm just here today to let you know that what was doesn't have to be, but you've got to start believing in your mind, receiving it in your heart, speaking it out of your mouth, and watch it manifest. One thing I've learned is that studies say that 85% of people deal with some self esteem issues at some point in their lives. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you've come from, what religion you are, what practices you have. One thing is for sure, that we all may have dealt with some self esteem issues. But when you look in the mirror and you love what you see, then you can start believing that I deserve better. I deserve more. And by any means necessary, I'm going to acquire my heart's desire. So thank you once again, Tanya, Miss Tanya, the poet. Thank you so much for allowing me here with you. I hope whoever that person was someone that has some great news, hopefully a big check that they're ready to write out to you so that you can
Mm,
continue to do the great things that you've been doing pretty much since we met each other, and that we continue to help our communities.
girl, I tell you what, I received that.
Yes,
But I'll
ma'am.
just let you know, it was my neighbor calling. See, my neighbor actually got a package on their front porch and they weren't at home. And you know, we all got our little ring bells and stuff. So they realized the package was there. And they just wanted me to go get the package and keep it until they got back home.
Oh, that's great.
So,
That's
I'm a
good.
little out of breath because, I knew I could leave you here, doing what you do. So I
Yes,
just ran
ma'am.
out the house real quick, ran to my neighbor house, got the package, and now I'm back. So
I'm
this is a
proud of you.
perfect time for us to go into taking that breath, kind of
Yes.
recentering ourselves. I kind of needed myself. So I want to thank everybody who decided to join us. We appreciate you, but this is for you. It's for me. And if you know some people who just need to take a moment and just kind of relax and want to feel like they're able to take that moment with some people who are interested in putting some healing vibrations and some love vibrations in the atmosphere at the same time, well, we're doing this right now. New time, my time. We're reclaiming our time and we're doing some recalibration. So what I want to do is we are going to breathe this thing on out. We're going to take breaths in on the inhale, and then we'll hold it for a few seconds. We'll exhale and hold it for a few seconds, and we'll repeat that a few times. So let's go ahead and do that. Breathe in to the count of 4. Hold a few seconds. Breathe out at 4. Hold that a few seconds. Breathe in to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Breathe it out. Hold a few seconds. One more breath. Breathe in to the count of 4. Hold it a few seconds. Let's breathe it out. Breathe it out. Now let us all go back into our day. Maybe finish up your lunch. And feel good. Feel good in this moment and feel good going towards the rest of your day. I enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help you relax a little bit. You can always find me. You know how to find me online. All right? Got nothing but love for y'all. So we'll do this thing one more time. Tomorrow is Friday. So we'll make sure that we're right here, noon time. And we'll do it again. One love, y'all.
Poetry, lifestyle, media, 'cause that's what I do.